life, leadership, sales. It's happening one conversation at a time, which means that as leaders, as supervisors, as managers, as executives, we are responsible for the quality of these conversations. We're responsible for the critical thinking inside these conversations. Hollywood screenwriters know that there are only two ways to define your hero on screen: the words that he or she says, the actions that he or she takes. It's all you get in the movies. You get the words and the actions of your hero. It's no different when it comes to real life. It's no different when it comes to leadership. This is what we get. We get our words and we get our actions. No! Yes! I know. Some of you are like, huh? You're in fuego! You're on fire! That's the goal today. For you as a leader to get more from your people. So I ask this respectfully. How many of you would love it if every single person on your team showed up tomorrow with higher thinking skills? Hello? Right? How many of you would love it if everybody on your team showed up tomorrow as just a little bit better problem solver? That's what we sell first. We sell feelings to people before we actually sell a solution to the problem. It's no different than when Einstein said if he'd been given an hour to solve a problem, he'd spend the first 50 to 55 minutes figuring out the right question to answer first. The power of a question is incredible. It also triggers the brain. And I'm going to challenge all of you to start asking the bigger, badder, better, bolder questions. Why? Because it's a leader's responsibility. It is a leader's job to walk into every meeting, every critical conversation, and have one or two better questions to get your people to reflect, evaluate, and predict. So one of the members in this program, one CEO woman, she arrived that morning cranky. Gonna leave it at that. So everybody's talking, she hasn't said a word yet. We get to her, and I kid you not, I am not exaggerating. This woman leans back in her chair. She crosses her arms. These are the first words out of her mouth. Oh, the minions are driving me crazy. I was like, whoa, that's a comment. So I asked her, well, pray tell, what's your issue today? She says, bad company morale. Shocker. I'm like, do you hear yourself? And this is years before Despicable Me. So these are minions. I have actually met CEOs that will say, oh yeah, I ran into an old buddy from junior high or high school. They're like, how on earth did you get to be president of a bank? You were glue sniffing Gary. Well, aren't you glad that glue sniffing Gary wasn't 5 for his entire life? 3 years later, I come back. Their little cubicle is plastered in course certificates. They have learned Ray to Ray and Cloud and SAS, how to beat Candy Crush. They know it all. And I'll look at them and I'll say, hey, what's new? And they go, AmyK, awesome news. I just got promoted to director of IT. Now, I was not raised by wolves. I will look at them and I'll be like, hey, congratulations. And my internal thought is, oh no, this is not gonna go well. Because what do I know? You taught them IT. You didn't teach them leadership. So now this person is in charge of this strange thing that they've never really encountered before, called people. They're not really great at conflict resolution. They're not so hot at performance reviews. They have a tough time writing an email that doesn't really piss everybody off. Oh, you laugh because there's truth in what I share. This guy stands up and he acts like he's been both electrocuted and shot. So I'm talking about culture, I'm talking about minions, and all of a sudden this guy stands up and he goes, AmyK! I couldn't help it. I was like, what? And he says, everywhere I go, I'm defending myself. First words out of my mouth, I was not thinking. I looked at him and I was like, what'd you do? As a leader, start asking more questions. Thank you. God bless you all.